All right, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, on location in the 18th century, according to Lilith, of Moab, Utah, where there will be many, many dinosaurs. Unfortunately, I did not plan properly, so we're going to get a very interesting episode, I hope. We're going to look at the dinosaurs from issue 22 of Xenorama, still available, I think, in both black and white and full color. I recommend the full color. Which featured all about dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals. So we're just going to run through this because it'll be fun. And before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe. And oh, well, look at that. It's Josie. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Josie. Your agent's a little awesome, so you'll have to forgive him. But leave a comment about dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals, and we'll get a lot of stuff tomorrow when we go to the Moab Museum of, I don't know, Science and History. I don't know what it's called, but it's within walking distance, and I'm going tomorrow, amongst many other things. So, having said all that, let's roll. I didn't even play the music, did I? There's a little bit of it. Anyway, told you, your humble agent's a little awesome, a little tired. It was a long drive back to the 18th century. In fact, I was in a store recently that looked like a TARDIS. These are the Moab Giants. Now, this is a place we'll be going on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so going to the museum tomorrow and doing a touristy thing, undercover, of course. So these are the Moab Giants, which those are probably Allosaurus fragilis. Because look at those three fingers. Oh, they're beautiful. I did see them on my way in, so it's a bit of a drive, and also the arches are around there. So we'll get our steps in tomorrow. I'll tell you what. All right, where are we going here? Let's get over here. I've got everything set up backwards now. So here we have the animal world. Now these screenshots came from the Black Scorpion DVD. I'm assuming that the Blu-ray will look a lot better. A prehistoric sequence, the only good thing about the whole movie. So there's just a funny clip of a brontosaurus eating a caveman. There he is. And then we've got some, let's see, is that an Allosaurus? Probably. Well, that might be a Tyrannosaurus. Well, I don't remember. But there's a Ceratosaurus and a Stegosaurus in the correct timeline. They have a fight, and the Ceratosaurus wins, and it's bloody. And Ray Harryhausen, who did most of the animation, had to trim out the excessive bloodiness because he had big old chunks being torn out of him. This is a lovely shot where the second Ceratosaurus leaps into the frame. And they have a fight, and then they tumble off the cliff. Now we go to the Cretaceous, where you've got a lovely little Triceratops, and you know what he's going to run into, of course. We will go over this at some point in time because it's such a fun sequence in an otherwise dreary movie. And the obligatory volcano, because that's what they thought was killing the dinosaurs back then, goes off, burns them, they all die. This is Dinosaur Catcher Born Free, which is a Japanese show which used stop motion animation and cartoons. It was brought over here in Return of the Dinosaurs, which is a poorly dubbed compilation movie of like the first 4 episodes. You know, it's interesting to look at, but subtitles would have really helped. Now we get the Triceratops from One Way Nears BC. These are all, incidentally, that issue of Xenorama is still available on Amazon. And this is our Triceratops, and you'll see Raquel Welch there, and John Richardson as Tumak and Loana running away. Why? Because, you know, they're probably like rhinoceroses and short-tempered. And we have another Ceratosaurus, of course, out of place, but as Ray always says, or always said, we weren't trying to make a documentary. Pteranodon, lovely sequence, my favorite Pteranodon. Now we go to the Japanese show Fireman, and the subtitles didn't even bother to say Stegosaurus. It's a Stegosaurus. Now there is a Stegosaurus, which is a pachycephalosaurid, interestingly enough, and I should have put that in there. There's our hero Fireman. Um, yeah. So they they try. I mean, I love the effects. You know me. I don't know why I got these backwards, but yeah, he's essentially an Ultraman clone, but he's from the middle of the Earth instead of outer space. And there is an actual Stegosaurus. The I don't know what that is. Uh oh, what do we have here? Some kind of theropod. It's Josie. These are from the DVD set that I had. I have the Blu-ray set now. When we do talk about this show, I bet all these scratches and things on Alexander here are going to disappear magically. Oops, wrong button. And it's the Plateau of the Apes plot. So they're playing on both Planet of the Apes and Island of Dr. Moreau because, well, you won't see him. We'll go over this in detail. There's Alex that the dinosaur steps on. Now, the dinosaur is just a de-evolved lizard, which wouldn't work at all because lizards aren't dinosaurs. And Alex there gets turned into a chimp when they try to devolve him, but first he gets turned into a chicken. So, he gets turned, it goes from a simian to an ape or to a dinosaur. Now, this is from the Journey to the Center of the Earth cartoon series from Filmation, all 17 episodes of that. Once again, we will get into that because it's enjoyable if bears a scant resemblance to either the novel or the movie. But I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it kind of looks like this.
But I can. Pachycephalosaurus charge! He moved.
We haven't seen Higgintooth for a while, so we really needed that. This was I had this, a little yellow dinosaur, and I really loved it. It's one of my favorites. I found more of them. A lot of out of place stuff with, but he was a Trachodon at the time. Now he's a Hadrosaur and probably some other Edmontosaurus maybe. Then we go to My Tor, that He-Man ripped off completely. Oops, that was Devil Dinosaur there, wasn't it? There's Harryhausen's second theropod or sauropod in 1 million years BC. We get a little more. That just walks across there, makes a brief. It was supposed to be at the end of the movie where it attacks the cavemen, which makes no sense, just as well as at this part. And there's the baby Tyrannosaurus. I mean, it's called an Allosaurus, but it's not. Chompy. Look at it. It looks like it's having fun until it gets killed. And Archelon, which is a prehistoric turtle that was not that big, and definitely not a dinosaur, a Chelonian, if you will. And then you get into the books. This book I've had this picture for about 10 years, and the guys are still working on it. I'm hoping it comes out because I will buy it. I had many of these prehistoric models, prehistoric scenes, except for of course, one I wanted, the Pteranodon. And they all fit together. So they took up a huge amount of space. I don't know what happened to them. I'm sure that my sainted mother gave them away at some point in time. We'll get into them when that book finally comes out because I will be buying it. And then we have talked about Turok, Son of Stone, the honker that could not die. We have not talked about the Strange Change toy. We'll have to do that. This was the second one with the same name, but completely different and very much not nearly as fun. I had both of these actually, and I still have two versions: the Strange Change and the Time Machine, in the basement somewhere. Where are we going here? Come on. There is the cover, the Membrane Man. Oddly enough, this toy only had four prehistoric animals, two which were dinosaurs and two which were pteranodon and a dimetrodon, and the rest were spiders and membrane men and snakes. And it's like, what the hell? But I still love it. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. There's Two Rock again. Oh, and look, it's Josie again. So that must mean we're pretty close to the end. So let's actually get some music. If I can get it over here. There we go. So tomorrow we will probably have pictures from the museum because it is Wednesday and I don't have a book. Though I have given myself permission to buy a book while I'm here. So, my fellow agents, until our next assignment tomorrow in Moab on location, this is X7 signing off and phasing out.
Come travel with these four adventurous boys as they explore the past in an exciting expedition that takes them 300 million years back through the ages in their journey to the beginning of time. An extraordinary recreation of history, acclaimed by Dr. Edwin H. Colbert of the American Museum of Natural History as absolutely authentic. A thrilling and enlightening adventure story of the development of life on Earth.
Look out! They've seen us! Here they come! Watch out!
Why, that was close!
We didn't have to worry anyhow. It says here in my notes that they only eat fish.
Oh, sure. That's because they never tasted a boy before.
See the Stegosaurus, the Trachodon, the Brontosaurus, the Mammoth. All of them, and many other amazements of the past, come spectacularly alive in this fantastic film, Journey to the Beginning of Time.